Hello to myself and everybody else. This is video 59. So far today, we're continuing to look at the Drawing the Peoples and Figures book, and this time we're looking at drawing the rib cage and spine. Mostly we're going to be looking at drawing the rib cage, but again we'll be trying to do some stuff with the spine. I'll get into it in a second. But so far with this, I'll go ahead and put the pages of the book up. Okay, so far with this page, it's mostly talking about when drawing a figure. Mostly people can kind of get obsessed with trying to draw like the details, specifically like the rib cage, trying to draw each rib individually and everything. And mostly for this, it says we're just going to focus on drawing the entire rib cage, basically as if it's like a giant egg, and then we just kind of like do some stuff to it to kind of fill it out and everything. So really just looking at the book and everything here, just to kind of be more specific about it. Basically says we'll draw the rib cage shape. Basically we'll draw it like an egg, but we need to make sure we think about it as a three-dimensional shape. So basically we'll draw like a line on it like we do with the face maps. And basically we'll add some anatomy. Basically again just saying like we'll draw like the line like we do on the face map, just in a curve so it can look like a three-dimensional figure. Then we add the neck, basically draw a hole at the top in the form of an opening for the neck. And then we draw the spine, which basically, going off the last video we did with the head, we should be able to draw the neck from that, drawing a 3D kind of skull. Then from there we'll just kind of like bring it down through the rib cage, and that can act as our spine. So basically we'll go ahead and just work on drawing the spine a little bit, and then we'll just draw like probably two armature examples. Well, mostly more of them skeleton examples. And with this, so far, let me go ahead and just go over to Krita real quick. Okay. So far here in Krita, basically something I've done is I've practiced just drawing a few of the rib cages and everything here, just so I can try to get it down. And they really don't look, to me, they don't look too bad, but that can vary when I draw it. Because with these, I basically drew the rib cage and then just kind of added the spine and the hips. So that's why it kind of looks okay. But if I try to draw the armature and then add it, it can come out weird. So like something like this. Like the one on the left, it looks okay, but to me the spine kind of looks a bit too thick. And then the one on the right, I just tried drawing just a circle without really like putting the detail. Same thing, the spine can make it look kind of off. So just kind of a thing to think about. As well as I tried up here as well. Something that went kind of wrong when drawing the ribs is hopefully you can see the hand and everything. Actually, let me just get a select tool so I can just guarantee you can see it. Basically, it comes down to this part right here of the ribs. I'm not really drawing it high enough. Like I need to draw it more like this rather than drawing it, really small like this. Because you can see the same problem here too with this, where it looks more like a cylinder rather than actually like a rib cage. And same thing with the one over here. Let me pick the same thing in. The one over here, same thing, looks weird. Same thing with the entire spine as well. I kind of messed that up because it's a bit too tall. But again, trial and error, just experimenting, just trying some things. But yeah. So basically with that, what I'm gonna do is this. we'll just practice drawing a few spines, probably like one facing forward, one one kind of just at an angle, and then from there, that's really it. Because really drawing it directly to the side, that's something I gotta practice too. So for now, we'll just basically start with just drawing a simple rib cage facing forward. So basically, it's a matter of drawing it kind of like an egg. Just kind of draw like an egg-like shape. Again, doesn't have to necessarily be perfect. Something like this can do. Then basically you're drawing a line for it, kind of like a face map, so you can just kind of tell, okay, this is the way it's facing. Then you basically draw a neck hole, so basically just around here, just something like this, because the neck will normally go through here, which I use this line in the middle I use as a guiding line. I kind of use that as the spine itself. So let's say if I completely messed that up. So let's say that the spine comes out right here or something like that. Basically, I use this just to be able to like draw the neck and everything and stuff next to it. So that's kind of like it going into the part of the rib cage for the neck hole. And then the bottom part, we basically draw the curve for the ribs itself. So let's go like this, a bit higher, and then we bring it back down. Something around here, and then basically to make it kind of look three-dimensional, we basically just draw something kind of like this as well. So it kind of looks like there's something behind it rather than it just being flat. So basically if I do this, since we have it as an egg and everything like that, we can just kind of see how it looks. Like this is supposed to be the rib cage. Let me just go ahead and like draw basically noticing the spine at the top here is the neck. We can just continue it down, and we just continue it to go down through here. I kind of make it a bit too wide and everything, but kind of something like this. And then from there you can just kind of like draw the hips or something. So let's try bring this down a bit, and then I don't know, I'm drawing it so low. So we just bring the hips on around here. Just I don't know why it's at an angle, but just it's fine. Something like that. And we just put some legs or something like that too and all. And if we want, basically up here too, we can just like add the shoulders or whatever. So just something like this. There we go. It's not like 100% perfect, but just something just so we can have something here real quick. So I'll just something like this. But basically, again, this is just how it will look just drawing a simple rib cage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to erase some of the parts of it. So like this curved part here, if I just erase this bottom part, erase the intersecting part in the spine. Then basically, it looks like a rib cage. It's literally just getting rid of that bottom line and stuff down here once you kind of have it drawn out. And again, it looks like a decent rib cage. If you want, you can also draw a line around it as well, so it can look a bit more three-dimensional. Something like that, like you do with the face, where it's like, the arcing line up or down, whichever one, and then the line in the middle. So you can help just see it looks a bit more three-dimensional and everything like that as well. Again, it can definitely take some practice when it comes down to just trying to get it down. So that's definitely a thing to just mess around with. So far this time, we'll try just drawing one that's kind of more to the side. So let's just again draw the egg shape. Okay. And then for this, we can just draw like the line and everything and stuff here to kind of help us like tell which way it's facing. Like I said, again, like the face map, it can just help a lot with that. So you can just tell, okay, here's the direction the ribs and everything are facing. So this can help me out a bit. So with this one, we will start off this time with the bottom, just because why not? So with this, if we have to go off of it, let me see. So something like that, and then we can just draw the other part of it going around, so why not? And then we'll draw the neck hole as well. And I'll just go ahead and erase the intersecting lines so we can just kind of see how it looks. The part in the neck, you can kind of just leave that just being fine and all that. But yeah, so something like this. And then let's say if we draw the neck and everything for this. So let's say the neck is over here. We can have it coming out through, basically just like kind of look like as if you're drawing through it. So say the spine is coming out around here. That and everything, just something like this. Same thing, you just want to just draw the hips and everything so you can just kind of see something. The arms, same thing, just try to do something so you just kind of see what it might look like. Your arm's kind of in the back, so it'll kind of come out around here. Something like that. Put the wrists, hand or something. Just something kind of like that. So you can kind of see, again, it does look kind of three-dimensional and everything like that. Just again, just some trial and error and everything too. Just again, drawing the egg shape, and then from there, just kind of using the guiding lines to just kind of make it look three-dimensional, help you know which way it's facing. Then from there, you can just practice drawing the bottom part of the ribs and the top part. Again, just take trial and error and just whatever you think looks right, because really the whole point of this isn't really just for accuracy. It's mostly just for you just to get a feeling of drawing a three-dimensional shape, and just to get used to that. Because when we move forward to the next part, that one's basically going to have to do with the pelvis. So, and that one's also absolutely a three-dimensional shape as well. So basically just getting used to that can help out a lot. So hold on, let me do something real quick. Okay, so far for this, again, I just brought up the usual picture and everything and stuff too we use as an example. And for this, we're going to combine multiple things real quick. So basically, I'm going to do two of these. This one we'll do based off this picture right here. We're going to draw an armature, but we're going to use a 3D skull like we did in the last one. Except I didn't draw an armature for it, but we're going to use a 3D head, and we're going to draw the ribs based on this picture here. Just try our best. The next one, we're just going to make up a pose and just, just kind of see what looks like an armature. Then we'll try to fill out a bit more using a simplified skeleton, so we can just get used to making up poses and everything. So with this one, we'll go ahead and just, again, try to go and get the head shape and everything and stuff down. So basically draw a circle. And then from there, we'll just try to get the kind of jawline and stuff a bit there. everything like that. So we'll just see what we can do. Kind of redo that because I don't think I have the angle of the head right. It's not looking up enough. There we go, just something like this. And from there, the neck, we will do something like this. Okay. Go ahead and draw the shoulders. And go ahead and just put the joints and everything and stuff for that as well. So we can definitely have that. Then the spine, we just, again, looking at the head and everything and stuff here, just use it to count down to where the pelvis and everything is. So basically with the head being 1, we'll just start here next. So I'll be like 1, 2, around 3 basically. So using the head shape we got here, I'll basically around like 3 stuff for the body. So around 1, just eyeballing it. So 1, 2, 3. Now you just go back and count again. So that's 1. So 1, 2, 3, about 3. Probably overestimating it a bit, but again, just still trying. Okay, and then the hips. Let's see. So try something like this. I keep messing up the angle and stuff of these a bit. Again, the next part, basically focus on drawing these hips a bit better with a 3-dimensional shape, so that will actually help a lot more with this. But for now, we'll kind of just leave it somewhere like this. So okay, and then we'll go ahead and just do the legs. So again, the legs are about, so that's one side, so 1, it's about like 2 or 1.5, something like that. So I'll just say 2, because why not? So about 1, 2, somewhere around here. Then the other part of it, again, around 1, 2, so around like 2, something like that. So 1, 2, and we're going to draw the foot. My angle's kind of off. Let's try that again. I basically did the same thing, but we'll just leave it for now. Okay, then just do the other leg. Somewhere around there. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and do the arms. So that's around like 1.5 for the one going up. So 1.5. The other one looks like it's about like 1.5 as well. So 1.5. I really am just eyeballing this and stuff a bit more and all that. Then the other one in the back, say it's about like 1.5, so 1.5. The other one about 1.5 as well, so okay. And so far, again, we have the head and everything and stuff there too. So what I want to do is we'll draw the rib cage. So basically, usually with the neck, I just kind of use that part as kind of where to start. And then from there, kind of circle around. It can take a few tries to kind of just like try to just get down where, like how far down the rib cage should go. Again, I'm still like, for me, I still kind of am just like estimating a little bit. So there is that. Draw the neck hole, bring the neck down a bit. So there it is. And then basically using the spine line, I kind of use that as a way to just know like where the spine and stuff is. But first, we'll go ahead and we will draw where the ribs and stuff are. There we go. You put in a back part of the rib so you kind of just see how it can look a bit more three-dimensional. We'll erase the bottom lines so it looks more like a rib cage. You can add shading or something too, or like hitching or something you want to kind of fill it in, but it just depends on whatever you want to do. And then from there, again, I just draw the outline and stuff of this so you can just tell it's the spine. And from there, you can erase the middle part of it if you want, or you can leave it. It's whatever you want to do. So far for now, I'll just kind of leave it because my eraser's kind of big, so kind of mess it up a bit. But yeah, you know what? Why not? Let's just erase it. Yeah, so there we go. Again, like I said, it's not 100% perfect exactly. It does look kind of messed up because, again, it's still where the lower part of the spine is. I still think I like messed that up, where the hips and everything. Plus, again, it's not like the most neatest thing in the world. But again, we're just trying. We're getting started. So that's kind of the main thing about it. So basically, the next part, I'll probably draw it a bit lower on here so we can just see the side by side. Okay, so far for this one, we're not really going to use this image. We're just going to make something up here. So again, just doing like a quick sketch, something like, again, just armature wise like we did back then. Just draw the face. The neck. And let's just try to think real quick of the pose. I'm trying to think of something really quick. Oh, how about this? So again, let's make it like just 3. So 3 head shapes. So 1, 2, 3, somewhere around here. Probably lowballing it, but just still just trying something. And we do this. So far, the whole point of it is just like, just try to get something down really quick. And for the arms, let's just say they're doing, yeah, it's a bit weirder, but let's just say they're doing this. Yeah, just something like this real quick. So let's just say it's a pose or something like this. Just why not? Just something random just to make up really quick. So for that, we're going to just right next to it, just try to translate that to a simplified skeleton. Since we didn't really like get the proportions 100% right, we'll just still again, because it was just for like a quick sketch or something. So for that, we will just try to see what we can do just translating it. I keep making the head like pretty thin. So something like this, we don't really have to worry too much about the line and stuff yet. We can just kind of leave it. So for something like that, then the neck, the spine. So again, like 1, 2, around 3, so around here. Hip wise, oh, that's a bit too low. Hip wise, just try something like what we have there. Again, I'm doing this a bit far away, so that's why it takes me a second to try to get the shapes and stuff 100% down. Plus I keep doing these while I'm tired for some reason, but yeah, again, I'm the only one seeing these, so beyond that, it should really probably not mean too much. And so far we're here, we'll also just do the arms, why not? We'll just do the legs and stuff as well. So like, let's say that's like round 2. So 1, 2. I'm legit, I'm like kind of tired and losing it, so that's why. Okay, I'll get it down to something. Basically, so 1, 2 around here. So it should probably be a bit less because I'm pretty sure the leg's in the back. So just lower it by a little bit. That's the whole thing about like trying to do depth and stuff with a There's 1 around 2. As they're trying to do depth and everything with like a stick figure, legit does get kind of difficult. And let me move this over real quick. Okay. So that's basically just the form and the body and everything. Again, the legs are still a bit off because I'm trying to do like perspective, but it's really odd with this. So, but right now we're just kind of worried more about the rib cage. So with that, we just go ahead and circle around. We just start from the bottom again. You kind of tired, so I'm messing it up a bit. So we just try to draw the neck. And then from there, just why not do the ribs? draw the back part of it. And then from there, we'll just go and like mess around with the spine part. Should be around here and somewhere around here. Again, not 100% perfect and everything. If I want, I could just do the line thing and stuff around it too, so you can just see it's a 3D figure and all that and stuff as well. In fact, if I wanted to, I could just like erase this part here and just try to make it more like it's facing that way, sort of. Again, it's the thing, doing it when you're tired, it looks kind of messed up, but again, basically just getting started, just trying to do something. So the main thing is, at least we're getting started and we're trying and all that. The main thing, if I really did have to say though, is when it comes down to the ones I drew over here, they look a bit better because I drew the rib cage first before anything else. Again, whatever way you want to do it, you can. But it also helps me not have a bunch of stuff intersecting. A thing I have been doing and stuff too as well is basically I've been drawing on paper and pencil, where I'll draw like the thing in pencil first, then I'll take my fountain pen and just draw the outline of the parts I want to be visible. So something like that can also help as well with just kind of improving and stuff. So however you want to really do it and all that. But yeah, again, going off of these, again, from a distance, they don't look too bad because so far looking at, and again, let me do this. Because again, looking at this one here, it doesn't really look too bad at a distance. You can tell it's kind of like a 3D-ish shape and everything, and that's supposed to be a rib cage. Same thing with this one down here. From a distance, it doesn't look too bad. It's just when you kind of zoom in up close, it doesn't look the best, 100%. But from a distance, it doesn't look too bad. Absolutely, if I had to say, the singular ones over here look way better. But that was just from straight up drawing the rib cage first and then adding the other stuff. Trying to get the pose down and then draw the rib cage can be a challenge, but it's definitely something just to work on and to practice. So that's really it for the rib cage. Again, just I'm definitely going to keep practicing that when my schoolwork stuff get in the way. But like I said, I'll keep practicing that when I can. And then the next part, basically, again, I'll show it in the next video. But the next part basically is just drawing rectangular prisms, so we can just practice drawing 3D shapes, because that's basically going to go into the pelvis, in which is kind of a rectangular prism, and then it's kind of another shape as well. So basically just something to practice and just to work on. But yeah, for now, that's really it. So to myself and everybody else, see you in the next one.